5th, 2024. July 5th, 2024. And I meant to come in yesterday. Well, I thought about coming in yesterday. But then I subjected myself to other content creators, and of course, you get the disgruntled narrative on July 4th, Independence Day. There's a multitude of opinions out there. Okay, I think the modern day American, and everyone has feel what you feel. Okay, but what I get the sense of, for one, a lot of people are kind of tired of it. It gets harder and harder for people to be told that they're actually free, or that they're independent, or that they're not, or that we're not controlled. And I can see that. Now, from that perspective, yes, it is really difficult to hear people say, "Oh, we're free. We can do whatever we want." Da 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 da. No, that's actually not. Okay. And in relation to, on a global scale, the U.S. or America is still a young nation, but it's also it's also in very much free fall. It's in a decline. So to me, I can see how, for those of us that some of us that may be well read, or we just notice that things are not quite as they seem, or we're not accepting the narrative. We're not accepting the narrative. But at the same time, I think the mistake that people make, it's a big mistake that people make, is that they invalidate other people's experience so they can make sense of it in the world that they want to live in. And to me, making sense of something is also making it fit into the world that they want to live in. The world they want to live in, they've got to blow out reality. They've got to blot it out. They've got to blow it out, blow out the landscape of reality, so that they can live in the world, so they can make things fit in the world they want to live in. They can make it make sense in the world they want to live in, not necessarily reality. I don't get into all this historical, or I don't get into all this about, the Frederick Douglass speech, or the Frederick Douglass, part of this, and then, this is their independent. I don't really get into all of that. I'm just saying, if we could just deal with, the point is, we're here, and we're here, we live here, we live now. You can't turn back the clocks. You cannot turn back the clocks. And then on the other hand, I've heard from people that are more liberal. If you're more liberal than anything, and all you're ever talking about is the buzzwords, "Oh, we're fighting, can you believe we're fighting for democracy?" It's like, well, honey, what does democracy mean? Give me a definition. If you can find a source that gives a definition of democracy in which everyone is sharing, then you might have something. But I'm going to tell you, it's very disingenuous to use that term. Because if you ask any of these people, or these talking heads, these politicians, these zombies, or whoever, they're all going to spin that word a different way. That's why it's disingenuous to use it, because it has too many shades. And you've heard people for centuries using that word, but it's disingenuous because they can't tell you exactly what it means. They can't tell you exactly what it means. It's not a word that's found in absolutes. They're not dealing with absolutes when they're talking about democracy. No, they're not. And then, in terms of government, they want to pretend like that they don't live in, that it's not on paper, that it's a republic. Okay, the things are not lining up or not. It's like, okay, I get it. Civics are not exactly being taught anymore. But there again, they count on masses of people not knowing what things are so they can control and manipulate. Let's see who's in the chat here. Who's in the chat and chew. Not saying that you guys are chatting and chewing. Derek C. Williams, how are you? Mob rule, yeah. It's so good to see you, Derek C. Williams. I don't know. I would imagine everybody's weekend. The weekend, quote, started Thursday, yesterday, because nobody's going to do any work. Okay, nobody's going to do any work, and most places now, with the way things are, bureaucracy, the bureaucrats, when it gets to be like 12 o'clock on Fridays, they don't work anyway, or out there. Everybody works for lunch and for the weekend. They're not working. That's the carrot at the end of the stick. The carrot at the end of the carrot in the middle of the day for a work day is lunch. The carrot at the end of the work week is the weekend. So just saying, you're not going to get a whole lot of people, out of it. But I'm just telling you, like, it's just there's all kinds of things going on. I'm so tired of all this yammering about Biden. Oh, he's gonna step down. Oh, he realizes he messed up. Like, seriously, what? And then some people during that whole situation, that whole post debate, oh well, can you guys believe that CNN is telling the truth? I'm like, these people don't operate under their own, under any source of autonomy. I don't care who it is. I don't care whether it's your Tucker Carlsons. I don't care whether it's your CNNs, your MSNs. I don't care what it ends. But I do know that it ends in, these people are controlled. When they say you can bash or jab Biden, you can do that. But you can't do it before then. When they say unleash the hounds, when they say throw darts, that's when you're given the signal to release those darts or throw somebody under the bus. That's what you're going to do by the network. Okay? But we all know that we're dealing. You have to realize that this is a script. To me, this is scripted news. Scripted, all of it is, it's all scripted. And I've said this before, very primary lesson: red and blue make purple. Two separate cars driving down the road, but they've got the same destination, and it was planned for years. We sing songs of patriotism, but really, can you really say this land was made for you and me? Can you really hit that chorus and set your suitcase down when you see all the things, when you see what we're going through, what we're enduring? No, it's actually a very small percentage that they set it up for. It's a global thing. It's not a red and blue thing. And like I said, I have not gotten to this particular stream yet, and I'm kind of holding back for a reason. But to me, The Economist has been used as a bit of a, I don't want to say a soothsayer, but almost like a graphic soothsayer. But the Economist has predicted a lot of things, a lot of these global conflicts. They predicted them, very highly illustrated, very colorful illustrations. But there's no difference in, there's an illustration that talks about how the people of this country are really going to have to they really need to be in a different frame of mind when it comes to this particular selection season. Okay? It's going to be, allegedly, The Economist has predicted it's not going to look like any other election. You hear all the time, oh, this is the most important election of our lifetime. Oh, no, this was the most important one of our lifetime. No, this one is no. When you see this graphic that I want to show you, it puts all of the currency. And I'm talking about it shows, there's graphics on image, there's graphics on energy, There's graphics on the leaders, the comment, like it's got leaders all around the world. It's in a circular pattern, this cover. Okay, it shows AI is involved. So, what they say, the last, your current president, he said that this was the most sophisticated. He said that the last selection of 2020 was the most sophisticated. They came up with the most sophisticated, process in history. Okay, and that's not to mention, he also said, if you guys remember that Zoom call, I think I've played that a couple of times for you guys. If you listen to Biden, he tells, every now and then he'll tell you the truth. He'll tell you exactly where his mind is, what's going on. I think it's all a sham. I think either he's glitching or he needs to be recharged or rebooted. I don't know. But you get a robust him, and then you get this cantankerous yammering ninny that can't put sentences together. But you've also seen that with Mitch McConnell. It's almost like they go into a freeze. Or, I'm telling you, this stuff to me is all by design. There's no coincidence here. None of it is. None of it is. But what I'm saying is, for some reason, I think AI will end up playing a role in this particular selection season. I don't know what you guys, I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. Allegedly. Also, that's after me looking at this particular graphic, and I'm going to show it to you. And maybe you guys, you can chime in if you want. I've already said, if you want to chime in, if you want a link to that particular stream, all you have to do is send me an email at blackspringwithautumn@gmail. That's really all you have to do. But I'm just telling you that things are not going to stay the way they are. It's thriving. Many people already say that NWO is already thriving. Okay? What is it? The UN Agenda 2030? We're 6 years. We are 6 years from 2030. Well, less than that. Because you're in the middle you're past the halfway point of 2024, so you really don't even have 6 years. You got like five and some change, as they say. It's a change. All right, guys, hold on a second. Let me see. I'm surprised this stream is lasting at all. Let's see. Derek C. Williams is coming in hot. Let's see. The United States is a constitutional republic. One man, one vote. The government, Latin for mind control, should work for the people. When government is afraid of the people, that's freedom. When people are afraid of the government, that's tyranny. He comes in again. He says, Anderson Cooper is known CIA asset. Yes. Hey, TDMK Media. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's see. Thank you so much for taking the time to come in. Yeah, I'm multitasking. Let's see. The confirmed professor's name Ayers Alderman hacked a voting machine in front of a judge and jury. He says, forget AI, man can act electors. Of course, Dr. Bombay. Hello, Dr. Bombay. But all honesty, well, I'm going to tell you something. I've also been telling you guys for a while that I think that there's also a power grid disaster impending. Like, what, EMV kind of disaster? I'm going to tell you something that's suspicious that's kind of happened in my area. Our entire health department burned down about 5 days ago. Whoa, the investigators are on the scene, but they have no idea why the entire health department burned to the ground. Now, I'm saying, this is my assertion based on the poor cell signals, the poor internet, the heat. Okay, because I had another piece on that to share also with these, quote, extreme temperatures and these extreme conditions. The energy, the demand for more energy. Could that very well set some of these systems ablaze? We've talked about in the past on here about the power grid and about how, they say, Congress, I don't know whether it was a House that passed some type of whatever, but they've done nothing. So I think there's a lot of factors, a lot of things are at risk. What is it? Eric Schwab talked about a cyber attack. Well, to me, it's one and the same. Cyber attack, EMVs, I'm just saying, an energy disaster would also put some strains on people that we're not, most people, whether you keep paper documents, paper backups, because I'm all about analog, I'm all about manual transmissions and analog. I believe that should be in place as well. Those are your backups, because when these power systems go down or they overheat and they implode, what are you going to have? You're going to be vulnerable again, right? As citizens, or whatever you refer to yourself as at this time, or as. I think I'm getting the KJP press conferences are really starting to take a turn. I mean, that woman is an exciting liar, right? She's got to be, or at least in her mind, she is. So I'm saying that's going to put us in a vulnerability, because to me, the technology, the whole thing is just another control mechanism. So when your institutions or your holding facilities go down, what are you going to do? Your health department burns down. The investigation says that they don't have the source of the fire destruction is unknown. I have yet to see a report released as to what exactly happened. I do hear people talking about the use of generators even at universities right now. The university dorms at some of these HBCUs are using generators. I find that interesting. But I'm just saying, a lot of things are not being told. They go from these news cycles are so fast, it is indeed more like psychological warfare. You cannot catch your breath from one disaster or wave before another one knocks you down. You just can't. So I don't know, what's going on in your guys' neck of the woods? You guys had any electrical events? Electrical failures on any institutions? I mean, I'm in an armpit town, but I do know that particular health department was the newest one that they had, and so right now you're being rerouted to secondary sources, or go to another county, go here, go there, go there. Just I don't know. I'm just really curious about what's going on in your guys' neck of the woods. So I appreciate you guys so much for coming in on I'm just kind of chatting or whatnot. Kind of all over the place. No real structure, just some of the buzzes that I hear, and all the outrage about this immunity situation. Which, do you think I believe most Americans understand the history of immunity? That's not my domain. But I tell you what, for all the naysayers or for all the TDS people, I'm not, I don't do red and blue pill tours.
Head north toward County Road 52 East.
I don't do red pill tours.
Continue
anymore.
for half a mile.
And I certainly I'm not going to go back to the constitutional scholars and what is it, Jonathan Turley and all these personalities from those impeachment trials. I'm not going through that either. So it's more simple. It's more simple than that. Do what you do and see how you come out.
Head southeast on County Road 52 East toward McCain Parkway
and see how you fare.
Continue on County Road 52 East for half a mile.
But you got all kinds of, you got the black people in Chicago railing and yammering against the DNC coming there next month. And they've been saying that for months, but we'll see what happens. Because their Mayor Johnson you know, we'll see what they actually do. We'll see what their reality is, because that they don't have any control there either. To me, all that has been like mutiny in the pit. Yeah, it's just like they're preaching to the choir. All these mayors all over the country are just complete rabid. They're just doing what they want to do. And they're not worried.
Head south, then turn left.
But yeah, so
Turn left toward
County
County Road 52 East, then turn left onto County Road 52 East.
I'm going to, I'll probably wrap this up for a second. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for coming in, and I'm just...
Head west toward Huntley Parkway.
But yeah,
Head south toward Huntley Parkway.
I'll come back maybe later today. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Head west toward Huntley Parkway.
You guys are doing well out there, and then for one, I guess, if you can stay cool, that's probably an accomplishment, right? Stay cool and don't overheat your...
Head south toward Huntley Parkway.
Hold on just a second here. Let me get rid of this in the background. Let's see. Let's see who's here, and then we'll wrap it up. What do we have here? Okay, I can't really see. Okay, Derek C. Williams, of course. Okay, it says literally information overload. You have to trust your instincts on what is real. / fake news. All I know is that my sources saved me from... Woo! That's another one that's coming in hot. You know, and I'm going to tell you, Derek C. Williams, I'm probably going to be reaching out to you soon, because it seems like some of those effects are back. I don't know if I ever shared this directly, but a lot of people were under the impression that during during the haze of 2019, that there were, they referred to them as, that there were particles shedding. And there are times where that feeling kind of comes back, that there's actual, there's a sickness that, to me, that has come with this heat that's unlike any other heat. It's like, even like you feel like steam is coming out of your ears. You're definitely more lethargic. I don't know if you guys have any recommendations out there on, what was it, something natural to combat some of this lethargic, was it the colloidal silver, or what is it that, even the water is not, to me, the water is not safe. It's not clean. It's not safe. It's not hydrating. It's not nourishing. I'm just trying to figure out what do we have out there? Because I think that things are being, I think we're being sprinkled or peppered with something that's adding to, whether you're healthy or whether you have pre-existing conditions. There's something out there, I think, that's just making this heat even more unbearable. Like, there's heat warning advisories from 10 a.m. to 7 on a regular basis. It's almost like there's a dome. And I've told you guys about how the, produce and crops and that kind of thing are just burning right about now. So I don't know. Let me know if you have any ideas. I don't know. Like, if you didn't take the CV haze, that's the CV haze antidote, then how can you, if there is any type of SCHEDDING going on, what was there, if anything? Are there any sources out there that had information on how to, because I'm telling you, for women, I'm telling you this, my own experience, as well as some experience of colleagues, that there were women that were, you would have cramps, and I even heard of some women coming out of menopause during that particular time, when a lot of these people were running out here, trying to get that zap. It's something else. Let's see. Or if you're around people that you don't know, that you don't know whether they have partaken in that or not. I do think it's possible that there's something in the air that can reactivate that. In fact, I even saw a headliner that California is going to mandate that children take the CV take the CV Haze Zap. They're going to require it. So I don't know. Just what your thoughts about it? It's just Derek says I've read that the SHEDDING is indeed real. Apparently, under the right light spectrum of light, under the mocktail OW. Chris Cuomo said his doctors told him his what? I'm behind. I got to get it to get. Wow. So not kines. Yeah, because I'm beginning to wonder if it's in the air, if it's around. You know, some people talked about it being that they were even planting crops. So, because see, I think I've told you guys, or I've been supplementing between actual farmers markets, which don't submit to government standards in terms of whether pesticides or growing standards. Like if I'm getting my country brown eggs that don't even have to be refrigerated, but then the government comes in and says, put those eggs in the refrigerator. So once you start refrigerating those eggs, you have to continue to refrigerate those eggs. But if you're doing what you want to do, if you're at the farmer's market and you're not under any kind of those regulations, then you're able to sell your eggs and preserve them the way you want to, because these country brown farm eggs, they actually they just fine for 6 months without being refrigerated, and that's the way I choose to deal with mine. Okay, I'm not a real dairy person, but there's certain things for the sake of baking or whatever, those eggs are, they're really great for that, and they're, whatever I might need to use them for. Let's see. Derek C. Williams says research Naomi Wolf. Yes, Derek C. Williams. See, this is the thing. Maybe I'm oversharing right here. Even I will tell you, even with some of my family members would come around, I thought something is going on, and it seems like it would delay that particular, it would delay that cycle, and it would not, but it would hold on to you. You'd have the discomfort even after they left for a little while, but it's like they had to be gone for a little while. It was like this whole tension. The tension that I felt, and with the release, you already feel that naturally as a woman. You already feel that tension release before it starts, but that tension is like, it's worse. It was worse than like a guitar string. It was worse. It was worse when they would come and visit me, and it's like that tension would not release. That tension on female whatever would not release until they got the hell out of Dodge. It might have been 7 days. And it's like, there's something going on. Like, and they all ran out and got it. And they all were very, the higher you rise, the more complicit you are. So it's just like they run out like rapid fire and say, oh, I got mine. I went out and got my Haze, my CV Haze antidote. Did you get yours? It's like, listen, you next time take an Uber, because I don't want you. I don't want the effects. My gosh, Mercy T's here. And cause see, I can't even go to a farmer's market without them shutting me down. Like, it's been absolute trash, my streams. But like I said, I find it very ironic. I probably need to do a little bit of research to see if any other buildings have burned down this summer. And then they say that they don't have a reason. They don't know the cause is unknown. Oh, they say it's not foul play. but you have no idea what would cause an entire health department to burn down. Okay, let's see. But yeah, I just want to say that I will certainly look that up, Derek C. Williams, because I'm telling you, it feels like something has been reactivated in this summer heat. It's like the heat for some of us, in the words of what's the guy from Monty Monograph's channel, the Never Leavers. Hey, it's affecting us too. It's affecting with your tolerance, with my tolerance, I think, for this heat. So I'll certainly look up Marcy. Love you back. She says, let's see, Naomi Wolf. And you said not to kinase. Well, I need to find, I need to do some research on how I can get some of this stuff. I mean, I'm telling you, like radiation and I mean, we have so many things that we're exposed to all the time. I mean, I'm just going to say, being around aerospace, I think there was a lot of damage there that I may not have been aware of. Whether it's radiation from engines, hearing loss from being around engines, all of that. Okay. All of that. But this situation right here, there's something going on. There's something I believe that has been activated. I don't know if it's coming from, is it radiating from the ground? Is it in our skies? I just feel like there's steam literally coming out of my ears. Like just going outside for a little while. It takes forever to cool down. And then there's also like, it's almost like it's internal. Like it's a penetrating kind of a radiance or effect. Let's see. Derek C. Williams just made another channel. Excellent. I will not ever not talk about this. Oh, I appreciate it, Derek. We need raw, independent people that are just like raw. Just stand up to them. I mean, I am so sick of these people. I'm so sick of the unknown. I'm so sick of, the unspoken. But the thing about it is, even in these quote YouTube streets, it's a moneymaker. Politics sells. I just think that politics was also something that not only gets people emotionally invested in all of this, in all of the illusions, but it's also something that makes people feel better about. People want to raw team red, team blue, because it makes them feel better about what they choose to invalidate, about what experiences they choose to invalidate to make it make sense in the world that they want to live in. They don't really, it's not about truth. Like cable news, there's no analysis, there's no truth. Everybody's pretending like, oh, they just want to be your friend. Oh, I just want to be your friend. And we want to get to the bottom of this. We just want to be your friend. That's all they do. Hang on just a second. I appreciate you guys so much for coming in. Like, I should have come in yesterday, but I mean, honestly, I'm telling you, it's something else. Yeah, please put your link in there. Put it in there as many times as you want to. You got that. It's open. And that goes for you too, Marcy T. Let's see. Marcy says, yeah, I certainly need, because I'm telling you, there's just a lot of people have pre-existing conditions. I mean, right about now, what they consider diabetes to be a pre-existing condition. But anything that's pre-existing, your body's already working hard. Your body's already working to function, to me, harder when there's other things going on, when there's pre-existing things going on, or whether your body is attacking itself, or whether your body is creating different extra cells that they're not supposed to. I mean, it's a really tough thing. It's exhausting, Marcy T. It really is. It's exhausting. But yeah, this is kind of I guess we could call this is a wellness check, kind of a wellness check, but also sharing some of the, sharing just some of the yammering that's going on out there, and just some of the things that I notice. Like, okay, my entire health department burns down. That, that's kind of up there with chicken farms and egg farms being burned to the ground. But there's no foul play. I don't know. I'm not going to be Aaron Brockovich of my armpit town, but at the same time, that's the essence of a CT, right? When things don't quite when things don't quite line up with the narrative, that's where you get that coin. You get that term. So yes, please, Derek, anything you have? I don't know. I was just trying to figure out, like, is there anything, like, are there solutions or things that we can, like, I remember people saying, oh yeah, you should have a teaspoon of vinegar every day. Okay, but what are we going to do about nanotechnology? What do we have for that? What do we have for that? So that's what I was, kind of on about that. Because I do feel like something else there's something else out there. And whether there's something else out there. Let's see. Derek C. Williams says, definitely spray the skies for that day. Wigington is one of the foremost authorities on that topic. Marcy says, have you seen the chicken it strings? Oh my God. Yes, Derek. I mean, I think there's a video that you sent me. I think I'm behind one video or something. But anything you have, send it to me, because to me, it's not that I just want to continue. I want to just rant or whatever. It's just like solutions. And sometimes, we could call, to me, I just say the cohorts, the class of the CV-19 Haze, the cohorts of this channel, it'd be nice if we could be more like, have like more of a consortium and do things to kind of help, to kind of mitigate some of these things. Because honestly, I think it's only going to get worse, because for what we can't see, the things that we can't see are actually hurting us. They really are. The things that we cannot see are actually hurting us. So, yeah, okay. Marcy says vinegar is good to have a teaspoon, but there are other things. Well, yeah, I'll be honest. I tried that. It seems like I got a little bit of indigestion off of that particular tip. So that may not be the best one for me. If it works, if it works, great. But yeah, I mean, just like I said, I say this to people all the time. Keep your health, because I'm going to tell you, once it's gone, or once it's tainted, it's all about, it's you're managing it is the biggest challenge. And then you got all these elements in the air. I mean, people are doing more reports on fake food, fake avocados, rubbery bananas that you could almost twist the banana around like a rope, and it will barely bend, barely snap. I've seen rubbery looking avocados. Yeah, and then a lot of people are finding out, I talked about this the last time, that people are talking about how Whole Foods, if you look at the ingredients in Whole Foods, that they have got some manufactured things going on there. And then some people, oh, well, that's probably a result of Amazon taking over, which Amazon, sells a lot of stuff. I mean, I don't know if Amazon is a huge umbrella, right? So I don't know what they don't have. Derek C. Williams says, health is wealth. Worth its weight in gold. Absolutely. Marcy says, she says, if I had land, I would have us all together and start a community country. This one. Oh, but I know, it's just because I'm telling you, like, people that in their efforts to grow things are having challenges this year. They had challenges last year, but just like we got the scorch earlier this year. It was either accelerated or, it's accelerated. Let's see. Then I don't know. There's one thing that I used to make was it called, a wheatgrass shot. And I don't remember what all was in the wheatgrass shot, but I do think it was actual wheatgrass. And then I think you add a little bit of orange juice. But there again, if you're dealing with GMO freaking fruit that's completely bereft of any type of vitamins, it's like if you're not getting the vitamins. If your food is fake, what are you actually absorbing? I mean, you could take supplements and, vitamins and things. A lot of those are GMO and manufactured. How much of that can you absorb? I'm just saying, I know this is a lot, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know, like, a lot of natural things, like, I do have a lot more. I've got a lot more herbs going on, like and I need to find out what the benefits are for each one of them. Like, maybe I need to make a little smoothie or something with, and add these herbs. Like, of course, I like basil. I'm not drinking sodas and juices anymore, or concentrated juices. Like, if I were to make like a mint tea with mostly mint, like so many mint leaves, and then if you use a mint tea bag and lemon juice, something that's refreshing, but something that also has some vitamins in it. It's just, I think that's what we need. Let's see. Marcy T says, growing up in the early 70s, my mom always had a fruit bowl on the table for us to eat. Shortly after they started coming out with fruit table. Yeah, I gotcha. Right. And see, that's one thing I've been making hummus from scratch is what I've been doing. I've been peeling the actual chickpeas and everything, just trying to make it as smooth as possible. But see, I'm going to start my sourdough journey, because allegedly that the sourdough is non-yeast, and that it's, of course, you've got to feed it and all these things, but allegedly it's easier on the digestive system. It's better for people that have, I guess, diabetic issues. I don't know. I mean, it's just what can you, a lot of people, I mean, it seems like the Amish people have the best sources for the best bases for a lot of these things that we're just now discovering. Let's see. And I actually like it. You notice that if you go to these stores, a big box store like Walmart, they might have one loaf of sourdough that you got to go home and bake it yourself. Let's see, sourdough. Yeah, and that's what I need. I need it. And then I heard that naan is also kind of like a sister of, I've had naan with Indian food before. It's kind of a sister of sourdough. So I figure maybe I can start eating sandwiches again if I can have some not wheat. If I can have some sourdough bread, then maybe add some hummus to it. But I make hummus like quite a few times a week because I eat it so much. I mean, it's a very simple recipe, but it's definitely smooth. You can be as vicious with the garlic as you want. That's been my experience. But yeah, I just don't know, like pure soaps. I tell you guys, to me, it's like there's a battle going on here. It's like there's a battle. It's live. 30 seconds. Welcome in. I'm not sure if you're new to the channel, but welcome in. He says, we have a lot of land in village and we grow everything which we eat. It's all organic. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you for sharing that. But yeah, I was looking for a source for the actual sourdough. And what was it? Was it John Roberts, I think, mentioned that I should try he's asking about my proximity to a Amish community, which is, I'm nowhere near an Amish community, but I've got to make some changes the diet changes. I know this, that because I've eliminated a lot of things, the less GMO and the less fried and all that you can do, the better off you are. Like, I want to be able to get completely off of anything that is GMO or that is, synthetic, or just, I just want an anti-inflammatory, because I feel like a lot of things just, I swell. Like, gosh, I'm swelling. Like, and you pay the price for that. They also say that your health is in your gut. And usually, to me, if you're putting things in there that are not, that's going to crash, you're going to crash. Derek C. Williams says, reading Terminal Market is where I get my stuff from, the Amish. Was it Reading, or was it Reading Terminal Market? That's excellent, Derek C. Williams. There's a couple of places, there are a couple of farms that I'm going to start going to, because like the stuff in the stores is just, it's just suspect. It really is. Because I'm having to supplement what I've been able to grow, or what friends of mine have been able to grow, with the farmer's market. But then I still need other sources. You still need other sources. Like your cognitive clarity. Like, I do believe, there's brain fog and a lot of this stuff, Marcy says EDTA is poison, and it is in everything from shampoo, dressing, laundry soap. Please watch out for the word organic. Derek says research Peter Osborne, good information regarding all things good. Oh, good. Thank you so much, Derek C. Williams. I'm going to write down, look into some of these sources on these things, because when you're if you deal with any type of doctor or specialist, they get really obnoxious if you mention anything about natural supplements, or, well, that hasn't been proven to cure anything. It's like, well, is that the kind of day we're going to have? Who said anything about cure anything? I'm just saying. Ginger root is good. As I know, I need to add a couple more things for herbs, but I want to really try to maintain an herb. Seems like the herbs are surviving much better than anything else, whether it's tomatoes or, like leafy greens. I don't know. It's almost like you need a greenhouse so you can protect your gardens from all this stuff. Yes, I used to get like a pressed juice that had ginger and something else, ginger and beet. Like a beet juice that had ginger in it. I guess you got to start juicing or something again. You need those vitamins, not just the synthetic ones, because you're only going to absorb so much. But once again, I appreciate you guys so much. And thank you guys so much for all the references and the resources. But I'm just telling you, there's so many things that are going on to me, which kind of spells like, I'm going to put this out there. Some people from all doctrines and all whatevers, all orders of whatever they say they study, are talking about the tribulation, that we're getting ready to go into it. I don't know what you guys think about that. But I'm telling you, if it is, it'll be hell on earth if it is. Can you just imagine where we are right now? Derek C. Williams says, allopathic doctors will give your pills. Naturopathic doctors will give you natural solutions. They're good for broken bones and gunshots, not nutritional advice. Thanks for that, Derek C. Williams. Thanks for that disclaimer. But yeah, because non-Western medicine is something that I've been, more of a patient of that. And then there's at least one other thing that I'm going to try, which is, some wealthy person ended up having, there's a machine that I'm going to actually try. But the woman has to get the machine in. I guess she's independently wealthy, or her husband's independently wealthy, because, she's had some success with this particular machine, so much that the husband just bought the company and said, oh, here you go. And so she's opening a studio that has this machine. So I'm looking forward to that. But just intravenous kind of stuff, I don't trust it. I don't. But okay, so Derek C. Williams says homeopathy, I'm told, is an alternative to also. All right, guys. Right on, Marcy T, 5th generation warfare. So I'm going to get out of here. If I have time this evening, or definitely tomorrow or Sunday, maybe I can do that stream. Yeah, and it'd be great to hear from you guys in live studio. Let's see. This is Dr. Joseph Mercola, Dr. Ben, and Peter Wallach are all good. Excellent. So good to have you in the chat. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap up. I want to thank Derek C. Williams. If you're not familiar with Derek C. Williams, not sure what haze you're in, but come out of it, please. Derek C. Williams, thank you so much for coming in. TMK Media, thank you so much for coming in, as well as Marcy T. Oh my gosh, so good to hear from you as well. Marcy T, if you don't know who Marcy T is, you better get over there. I appreciate you guys so much. And like I said, I'll keep in touch, because this holiday weekend is pretty much, it's still going on, but it's not going to affect me. But yeah, so I will check back with you guys soon. So you guys be careful out there, and exactly, Marcy T, nothing new under the sun. So I will check in with you guys later.